This is your ManDudeLorian. We're bringing it in warm. We're bringing it in cold. We're bringing it in. We're bringing it in for real. I've had enough of the lies lately from the left. How much can you blame other people? How much responsibility can you shirk? It's disgusting. I'm starting this channel after the assassination of Charlie Kirk. He was gunned down wrong. His life was taken way too early, and he was a man of peace. All he did was talk to people. You can say what you want, but there are disgusting human beings out there celebrating the assassination of a man who fought a war with words. He invited people to come up and talk to him. And I keep seeing all these things that say how bad he was. Your quotes aren't even right. The lines you've taken are out of context. Charlie Kirk fought a war with words. He was a soldier of God. He believed in life above all. He would never have condoned this. He would never have taken your lives for your point of view. And I love how the side that says they're tolerant, they're caring, they care about feelings, they're the most closed off side I've ever seen. They want to hear nothing. They'll accept nothing but their own lies. They sit in a cesspool generating crap over and over and over. What are you doing? What are you doing? You see them now, they sit and they cry because they've lost their jobs. You lost your job because you were a monster cheering the death of another human being. I don't know what more I'm going to say right now, but this is just the start. If any of you else feel this way, if any of you are all tired of the bullshit, tired of getting ostracized, tired of becoming somebody else's target because you don't agree with them, hop on board. Let's take a ride together and see where all this goes. But that's bringing it in warm today. We'll bring it in cold later, and some of the L's that these leftists keep continuing to take again and again and again. I just can't believe it. Somebody's murdered, and there are people who claim they're morally superior cheering. Cheering. It's crazy. I do applaud everybody who's leaving the left. I do applaud all those people that went to church this weekend. I'm not a holy person. But I understand your faith. I understand the principles. Our whole society is built upon those principles. What I disagree with are certain details here and there, and that's neither here nor there. But I agree with your right to worship who you want, just like I agree with everybody's right to worship who they want. I'm going to say this here too. I know I said I was going to wrap it up, but there was a time when the left was the party of the underdog. They were fighting the power. The right, the corporations, the church had a stranglehold on what people were saying and doing. And they were righteous in that fight. They won the battle. That's the problem. The left was the meek, and the meek inherited the earth. But then they became the powerful. And what happens to the powerful? They're corrupt. We see this over and over and over and over. They're corrupt. That's fine. But now the meek have taken power again. And I'd just like to warn everybody to be aware when we do come into the power, because the left is losing it. Be aware of the power we hold. Let's not get corrupted. Because the meek inherited the earth and they became the oppressor. It's funny, the party that fought for drugs and free sex and freedom of speech and free love, you're the ones now who have championed cancel culture. You've championed othering people that are your neighbors. You've taken over the minds of a good amount of people with lies and bullshit. I don't understand how you keep perpetuating this. But at least now, and it's so sad that it had to take this, but there's a light that's been shined on all your dirty shit. And even though I'm not religious, you'd say it's an act of God. I saw a quote that somebody wrote, when you buried Charlie, you planted a seed. And you did plant a seed. And it's sprouting everywhere. The fruit of your vine is disgusting and withered. It has been for a long time. Finally, those that live in your garden are starting to see that what you're feeding them is poison. And as sad as it is that it took this to do it, at least there is something that's positive coming out of this. There's a unification. People who don't care to go to church are now supporting the rights of those that do. Because that's what good people do. We're all citizens. We're all people. We're allowed to disagree. We're allowed to have our feelings hurt a little bit. You can call me a dork for wearing a helmet from a science fiction show. I don't care. You can call me a fascist. And you're wrong. Dork, yes. Fascist, no. I believe in freedom. I believe in the freedom to be who I want, to allow others to be who they want. That doesn't involve silencing my words. That doesn't involve labeling me as evil for not believing what you believe. I still give you every right to be you. So let's stop attacking each other, maybe. Let's look at each other as the people we all are. Go out and talk to somebody like Charlie would. If you live in a blue state, go out and talk to your neighbor. Let them know that maybe you don't agree with them, but let's talk it out. Let's do it over a beer, over a joint, over a cigarette, over an iced tea, over a water. Let's be human. Let's have a conversation. And I don't have to agree with you, but that doesn't make me have to dislike you. Because deep down we all want the same things. We want to be happy. We want to breathe clean air. We want to enjoy our loved ones and know they're safe, physically safe. And if sometimes we may have to help them through an emotional hard time because somebody didn't say their name correctly, well then so be it. That's bringing it in. that's teaching people how to be strong. You're building generations of weakness based off lies that tell them they're special when all you're doing is creating dissent. Stop. Please stop. Well, that's it for today. ManDude, out.